on his ability to prosper, which has been inherited by all of us. And unto Adam he said, verse 17, this is the punishment for sinning. Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, not to the devil, thy wife. Remember that your wife is not God. And neither is your wife an angel. She is also a sinner. And she cannot replace, even if she looks like, she is not God. Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded unto thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return to the ground. For out of it was thou taken, and dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. Now, there are 3 sentences that are found there, which are characteristic of all the work we do on earth. Verse 17. It said, verse 17, Genesis 3:17, it says, in sorrow shalt thou eat of it. So everybody is going to eat, but through sorrow. That is the nature of the work and the things that are here. In sorrow thou shalt eat. Just eat it. It's not what you get. Thorns and thistles it shall bring to thee. How many people plant thorns? So I'm going to my farm. What are you farming? Oh, thorns. What type of farmer? Are you corn farmer, pineapple farmer? I mean, are you into cocoa yam? Are you yams? Oh no, I'm into thorns. National Thorns Farmer Award. So you put in one thing and you get something different. So harvesting is not working. Harvesting doesn't work. What you expect is not, like many of you gone to school. Go to school, you become a doctor. What do doctors get after going to medical school? Those who didn't get science. First of all, when you go to medical school, they give the stronger ones medicine, and then weaker ones are given dentistry. And first of all, the dentistry students get better lives than the doctors, and even earn more money, I think. Yes. The dentists. They don't have Saturday, Sunday. They don't have emergency. They don't have night. They don't have 8:12 to 12. They don't have all those things. Yes, and they are the same level as a doctor. They are doctors. And they don't go near dangerous diseases that you can breathe in before you realize. Then those who, when you were in Form 3, I wish this new government will bring back O-level so that the bogus educational system that is working will be changed to something that is better. How can you go to school in Ghana up to the end of WASI? When you go abroad to England, they'll tell you your WASI Ezra doesn't mean anything here. It only means that you can speak English. This is what they tell her. Even that, if they can even speak English. How can it be? Anyway, let's go on, please. What's the topic? Huh? Those who couldn't do science, when you go to Form 3, like they separated the goats from the sheep. And the goats were those who couldn't do science, so they did arts, and the sheep were those who did science. When they couldn't do any good course, so they did maybe geography, history, something, just mix up sociology, something, archaeology to fill in the subjects. You get it? When they come out, they go to work at banks and do politics. Then they will do some other courses. And they earn 10, 20, 50 times more than a doctor. And the cream, the highest, most intelligent academic children, they are down. One of the doctors came to give me a testimony. He said, God has moved. I said, how has God moved? He said, I've got accommodation. I said, wow. Where is the accommodation? He said, oh, nurses' quarters. My wife and I, we have got a small one room. Nurses' quarters. I said, wow. You should see where those who didn't qualify to do science, and they were crying in Form 3 that we didn't get science. They're crying. You should see where they live. They have a Land Cruiser. They have houses. They have air conditioning. They have servants. They have generators. They have everything, but they couldn't get science. They have drivers. Look at the thing. It says, thorns and thistles it shall bring to thee. You get the opposite. I'm sure President Mahama is crying that when they ask, oh, can I please stay in the house? I don't want to stay in the house. You want to thorns and thistles. Thorns and thistles. After I've been your leader, something small for the boys to stay. Look at the Ghanaians. Wicked. He shouldn't stay in the house at all. People are saying he should go out. He should go out. He will feel very sad in the house. I'm telling you. Just as President Rawlings will also feel very sad in the house when his own party tell him that he should write a letter if he wants to apply to be in NDC. Yes. It's wonderful. Huh? You get many times thorns from what you've planted. Go abroad to Germany, England, America. Ghanaians are there. Look, the reason why you haven't seen some of your relatives for a long time is that they cannot come. They don't have money to come back home. They can't come. You should go and see them there. It starts giving them thorns and thistles to their surprise. And then the third statement. I'm giving you 3 statements in the punishment, which are the reasons why it's very difficult to prosper. And prosperity is no more by force. Believe me. Because who can escape this? It's a statement that was made by God over all men. In sorrow, when I saw the face of the president looking so sad, I said, a house. When President Kufuor finished, they said they should give him 4 houses. People talk about what is 4 houses? We have heads of state who will never go out of the position. Go to Gambia. Go to so many places. You see the people there. Go to Zimbabwe. 36 years. Never to move. Lifetime is for life. We are wicked, oh. We are wicked. And they do it like that. You don't have to treat your leader bad. It's wrong. It's a curse. Yeah. The person has been a leader, has been a father. You have to be careful. You don't humiliate them. No matter which side you are from. Me, I don't belong to your groups, so you can't see my color. And the third difficulty is in the sweat of thy face. The sweat. It's going to be hard. Ibatable. Every job is like that. Do you see? So, you now need not force. Because whatever the field is, you now need a blessing to counteract this thing. Amen. Now, I have a new book, which is, it's just about out now. But it has several chapters of how to neutralize curses. Yes. But one of the ways to neutralize curses is to have an opposite blessing. Do you see? The opposite of the curse that is working in your life. Yeah. That's one of the ways. Are you still there? Now look at Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. The curse of demotion. How many want to be demoted? Deuteronomy 28 verse 43 is quite clear. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Huh? So when you have a nation where foreigners are very high in the nation, you see, you cannot go to Switzerland and you see that, oh, this is Zambian. This Zambian owns all this and it's very great. No, no, no. Not that they will suppress you. You can come. But you can't easily come. Yeah. Yeah, this man has been in Switzerland. It's not, you can't go to Zurich and see a Zambian or maybe a Ghanaian. He owns all here. And no. But in Ghana, you can say, oh, this one for Lebanese, these ones are for Indians, these are for what, these are for this. And the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. These are the curses. It says, and all these curses shall come upon the whole of Deuteronomy 28. So what do we need? We need, this is a curse of demotion. So you need a blessing of promotion, so that if you stand and say, yes, I've been cursed to be demoted here, and I've also been blessed to be promoted here. So the worst option is I have to be at where I am. Hallelujah. The blessing is lifting you up, I'm telling you. So let's look at a blessing of promotion. Deuteronomy, the same Deuteronomy 28 verse 2. All these blessings shall come upon thee. The Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou, verse 13, thou shalt be above only. Above only, and shall not be beneath. So, this is an exact neutralization. You shall come down very low, and this one says you shall be above. So where should I go? Somebody has blessed me, I should be above. You are also cursing me that I should be below. And both are legally correct, because what I did, I have to come down. And what I've also done, I have to go up. So, at least, I stay here. So if tomorrow another person can come and another blessing can come in my life that is going up, at least I can go one step higher. Yes. That's the reality. So blessings are great neutralizers of the curse. And the curse is real. It works tons. Like what you didn't plan to. Or in fact, what you wanted is not coming. Maybe I should say that what you wanted is not coming. Because like what you wanted is not coming. So something else, even that is painful, is coming. All you've done is not giving what you thought you would get. Thorns and thistles. And it's very hard. And like you sweat and sweat and sweat and sweat and sweat. Wow. So what do you need? You need a blessing. So that's why when God calls, because I was also, I'm just a normal doctor. I have never been to school outside Ghana. All my life is Ghana. Yeah, I've never been even for a week to any school. All my education, and then straight to Kolebu. Yeah, so I would have been at a polyclinic, or this is my life. I would have been here. My father didn't take me abroad to boarding school, any special. No, Ghana. And when I finished, he didn't say, oh, I'm taking you outside. No. Just here. That's it. Home use. So now God called me. That's why I say when God calls you and you start arguing, you don't know what you are arguing with. Yeah. You don't know what you are arguing with. He says, come. Come. I will bless you and I will make you great. Wow. He's drawing you out of an accursed existence. And he's blessing you to bless you in this world. Believe me. Believe me. Yeah. Believe you me. So you need to do things that lead to blessings. Okay? So now, today, in concluding, I want to show you just a couple of things that can sort of stop the curse. End the curse. End the curse. And bring blessings. Are you there? Wow. Now, Hebrews chapter 7. Hebrews 7. For this Melchizedek, I'm talking about things that lead to blessing. The first one is God calls you, obey. Anything God says to do. It's a blessing. So listen, if I ask you to do something, and the church asks you to do something, if I ask you to do something, it's a blessing. It's like God calling you. So I think you see God, you hear God, God will appear. No, it's not like that. If I ask you to do something, it's a blessing. See, try any approach. You see God calling you, do something. See it as a blessing. Start to think that way. And you are going to be seeing great things. Now, Abraham met him returning from the kings. Verse 2, he went to fight. And when he came back from the war, verse 2, Abraham gave a 10th part of all. All right? First being interpreted as king of righteousness. After that, king of Salem, which is peace. So, verse 3, this man, Melchizedek, a very strange figure in the Bible. Nobody really knows who he is. But he says he didn't have a father, he didn't have a mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life. Hey. But made like unto the Son of God. Abideth a priest continually. It sounds like Jesus. All right? Now, consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tithe. So even Abraham had to give a 10th to this great person. Do you understand? Yeah. So consider how great this man was. That's Melchizedek. That even Abraham. Well, you see, and the reason for the word even Abraham is coming up. Why even Abraham? Because we know that Abraham was very great also. But even Abraham still had to give him a tithe. Are you with me? Why? Verse 6. But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham. Tithes. Huh? And blessed him that had the promises. So another blessing was coming on Abraham from Melchizedek. Are you with me? Blessed him that had the promises. So you need blessings to continue flowing towards you all the days of your life. It's not once, I was blessed on that day, hands were laid on me. You need blessings to come because the curses, look, anytime you sin, it brings a curse. In my new book on the curses, you see the chapter that explains the top 25 curses. Almost everything you do leads to a curse. You tell a lie here, you do this, you steal something, you take something. I mean, before you realize there's a curse working. Oh, it's a problem. So even though Abraham had the promises, verse 7, without all contradiction, the less is blessed of the better. There is always somebody better than you. And that is a revelation you have to understand. You need the blessings of the better. Everybody has somebody that is better. When I met Benny Hinn, I had my offering ready. And all these people, when I have my offering ready. When I met Fred Price, he came to Ghana. Not empty-handed. No, never. The less is blessed of the better.